Hey everybody, I'm Uncle Andorra here, and welcome to another Terrible Theory. This time, we are talking about fairy tale. Yeah, bet you never thought I'd talk about this again. But I am. In particular, I'm talking about one of my favorite character, actually, of the series, Wendy. And I asked the question, is she the strongest dragon slayer of them all? Now, on the surface, you'd think, well, that's a stupid question. Obviously not. It would have to be either Natsu or Gaijio. Probably Natsu. But really think about this. They have years of battle experience under their belt. Wendy has only been fighting for a few years. She's only been fighting for a few years. They have over a decade over her. They have a decade over her of battle experience. She's only been fighting for a couple years. They have over a decade. So, not to mention, they've taken on major threats. They've taken on major threats on their own. Wendy, the biggest threat she's actually come across, the biggest threat that she's actually taken on was one of the demons of the Book of Zereth in the Tartarus arc. That was her biggest feat, accomplishing that. And defeating one of the demons of the Book of Zereth, that's no small feat. Like, those guys are tough. But on the surface, you'd think that this would be a really stupid question to ask. But here's the thing. She's the first one of them to unlock her true dragon force. In that very battle, her first major battle, in her very first major battle of the series, she unlocks dragon force and is able to turn it on and off at will whenever she wants. Something that both Natsu and Gaijio can't do until later on in the series. She manages to unlock it before either of them do. And she is a lot younger than them. She's a lot younger than them, and she's only been fighting for a couple of years. That shows you just how much she's progressed within 2 years of fighting. 2 years of fighting versus them fighting for an entire decade. They're still nowhere near where she is right now. After a decade of fighting, she's managed to surpass them in the Tartarus arc. We apparently, as I did a little bit of research, I looked ahead in the manga to see if there was any major Wendy battles, just so I could confirm this theory. And she manages to help take out a major threat, one of the major bad guys in the arc that's currently going on. Her and Shelia worked together, and she was given the opportunity to essentially give herself the powers and abilities that she would have as a grown-up. Now, Shelia ended up taking that chance from her, as the repercussion for it would have been too steep. But the way it was said and the way that she talked to Wendy, it sounds like this said lady who, I won't spoil it for you here, but this said lady who gave Wendy this ability, who wanted to give Wendy this ability, it sounded like she already knew how powerful Wendy was going to become. If Wendy could have been powerful enough at an older age to take on one of the strongest bad guys in the arc that's going on right now, how powerful could she be uh, how powerful would she be when she finally catches up to when she finally catches up to like the age that Natsu and Gaijil and Sting and Rogue and Cobra and Loxus, all of them, how strong would she be when she catches up to their age? I believe that she has the potential to be the strongest Dragon Slayer of all of them. And before you start talking about Natsu, he's not actually a real Dragon Slayer. He was taught Dragon Slayer magic, but he's not actually a true Dragon Slayer because he is just a demon of the Book of Zeref, as we learn at the end of the Tartarus arc. He is End. He is End, and so I don't really count Natsu because a lot of that power comes from his demon form. A lot of the reason why he's such a powerful Dragon Slayer is because of End. It's because of that demonic power he has. So, I believe that Wendy is the strongest of all the Dragon Slayers. She's already gotten to the point where she's surpassed Cobra and Loxus and Sting and Rogue. She's gotten far beyond them. Natsu, I don't count because that's his entire all of his power is thanks to End. He wouldn't be nearly as great a Dragon Slayer as he is without End's power. That's what allows him to win so many of his battles. So that just leaves Gaijil. And as much as I love Gaijil's awesome. Gaijil's awesome. He's my favorite male character in the show. In the manga. But I do believe that Wendy will end up surpassing him soon. Wendy has so much potential because she's still so young. Her body is still so young, and she still has a lot more fighting experience to gain. Once she has the same amount of fighting experience that Natsu and Gaijil have at this point, I am positive she will be more powerful than both of them combined. She has that huge potential, and if the lady wanted to give her future power, then clearly she has to be a force to be reckoned with in the future. Otherwise, that lady wouldn't have offered it to Wendy. So, just a little something to think about. What do you think? Is Wendy the most powerful Dragon Slayer there is? Does she have potential to become more powerful than all the others combined? I certainly think she is, and I think she does. But I want to know what you guys think. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment box below. And what are your thoughts on Wendy and Gaijil and all the other Dragon Slayers? Who's your favorite? Mine, obviously, since this is a Wendy theory, obviously mine is Wendy. But if I had to choose a second, it would be Gaijil, definitely. But, yeah, so who's your favorite Dragon Slayer? That's all I got for this one. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, take care, everyone.